Want to learn how to make a wedding card that's unique, nobody else has, and is all made out of shapes in Cricut Design Space? Well, keep watching because I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous bride and groom card out of shapes, and it's easy. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel, and I'm here to help you get the best of your Cricut machine and become your own designer. And today we are making this gorgeous bride and groom card. Now, this could be a wedding card or a wedding invitation. You can put whatever you want on, you can personalise it, and we're just going to make it all out of shapes in Cricut Design Space, and it's so easy to do. So what you're going to need for this project is some blank cards. So I'll pop a link below some blank cards in Amazon. I've got these natural ones. These were from Home Bargains. So if you can go to get to Home Bargains or Hobby Lobby, if you're lucky enough to be in America and have a Hobby Lobby, then you can just go and get some. They don't need to be expensive, just some cheap base cards to build your card on. I am using white glitter stock and gold glitter stock, and then I've got some red glitter there. That is from my scrap box. I always save my scraps so that if I've got any projects that I need little bits for, I've got it there handy. Sticky pads and my Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue. So what we're going to do is we're going to nip over to Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how it's done. I'll see you there. So we're going to start in Cricut Design Space by going into the free shapes bar. I'm going to use all free shapes to make this project. So we're going to click on here, and we're going to start by getting a rounded square. That's going to be the frame for the card. We want a triangle. This is like a longer triangle, an oval, the pennant shape, which is at the bottom, and we're going to get a circle as well. And they're going to be the shapes we're going to use to create this project. So first of all, we're going to enlarge our square. Go to the bottom right hand corner and change the background. And then you can change the colour of your square, because I like to design in colours I'm working with. Now I'm going to go up to edit, and I'm going to click on the offset tool. Now you can use the slider, but I'm quite happy with what that's given me there, so you can make it bigger or smaller. Once you've got that, you're going to select all and slice the top out of the back of your offset, and that's going to be the start of your card. If you want it thicker, you can add another offset. So once we've done that, I'm just going to make that smaller, that square, remove the middle, and we're going to grab the pennant shape, because this is going to be our champagne glass. So if you head to the top bar, you can unlock it, then just drag it a little bit thinner so that you've got more of a flute shape, and you're starting to see the champagne glass. Now I'm going to move the square out the way. We're going to grab the square that we put to one side. I'm just going to duplicate that in case I need more. Unlock it, and I'm going to drag that thinner, and that is going to be the stem of my glass, so I can position the pennant so that it's over it and it's in proportion of what it would look like. And when you're happy with that, you can select all and go to the bottom right hand corner and weld those together. So now we want a base, so we're going to get the semicircle, unlock it, and we're going to squash it flatter, and that's really clever because it squashes it into what the glass base would look like. So you're going to position that again so it's all central. These guidelines are really useful for that. You can make it bigger or smaller so that it appears visually how you'd expect it to look. Then you can select all and weld it together, and you've got a really super easy champagne glass. Now, because this is for a wedding, I'm going to put a heart in. So we're going to go back into the free shapes bar and grab a heart. But what I want to do is just make my heart a bit cuter. I don't know, this isn't as cute as the one that's in the access. So to do that, we're just going to add a small offset. Just add a tiny offset, and it makes it a bit chunkier, a bit rounder, which I just prefer. Close that. Once you've got that, then I'm going to pop that into the middle of my glass. And again, you can use that guideline. It's really useful to see. Select all and slice it out, and there you go. That's just made a difference. Now at this stage, you could duplicate and use two glasses, or like I have, you can just use the one. So I'm going to now start to position it. I'm going to just change my colours so that I can see. I'm starting to see what it looks like as I design it and what colour I'm going to use it in. And I'm going to pop it into my card. Now, what's really important is that it's touching somewhere, because the aim is that everything is touching in the card, or everything's touching something, so it's all connected. Now I'm going to go and grab my circle. I want to add some bubbles, so I'm going to just reduce the size of it, go into the offset tool and add an offset. select all and slice, and there is my bubble shape. Now it might be a bit small, so I might just go back and add a bit more of an offset, just because you don't want it to be too thin that it doesn't cut. So once I've got my bubble how I want it, I'm going to just pop it up there, and we're going to size it and duplicate it so we've got a couple of bubbles coming off the glass, and that ultimately is going to connect the top of the glass with the edge of the card. So it's just a creative way to connect it so that you're filling it, you've got the bubbles, but your glass isn't going to the top. Just arrange your bubbles in a way that you're happy, and then once you are happy, I might just add another. I'll save that for after. Select all and weld it together. Now you can see there that that hasn't welded together, so I've undone it, and I'm just going to do a bit of adjusting. They've got to be overlapping. If they're not overlapping, it will not all weld together. So I'm going to pop that back in there, make sure they're overlapping, pull that out again in case I need it, select all, and we're going to weld again, and this time they should be overlapping, so I'm just adjusting that there. The top bubble wants to overlap with the top edge, and once that does, then we can select all and weld, and you can see when it's welded because it's all seamless. So that looks good. And now we're going to add some text. So we're going to click on the text tool, drag the text box over into the card, and I'm going to type bride. But this really needs to be in capitals, so I'm going to go back, change it to capitals, because you need it to be level at the top and bottom so that it attaches well. I'm going to change my font. So if I want to go into my fonts, I'm going to search for Love and Beach. Now you can use the free fonts, you can use fonts from your system. This is one that is in my system that I uploaded, that is from Creative Fabrica, and I just love this font. So I've got the bride, I'm going to duplicate that and then just change that. So I'm going to change that to and. I'm going to pull that out because I just think it's a bit thin, the and in this font. But I'm going to then duplicate it again and add groom. So I've got bride and groom, but my and does want to be chunkier. So to do that, all you're going to do is add an offset. So I'm just going to mess about here with my bride and groom and position them. Then I'm going to click on my and, go up to edit and click on the love, the offset tool, and add an offset. So you can slide it bigger or smaller. So I've made it quite chunky, but I think that works a lot better. Now, when you look at your letters, they're not all touching. So you can either alter the line spacing or the letter spacing and hutch them in to make them so that they're all touching, which is a good idea, or you can add a line at the bottom. So I'm going to add a line at the bottom. So I'm going to get my square that I've got to one side, unlock it, and I'm going to squash that down, pull it longer and duplicate it. Now I'm going to drag it under my bride, and I'm just going to drag it long. And what this is going to do is it's going to make sure that every letter is touching. So I'm going to just adjust things slightly. My and might need to be a bit smaller. I'm going to put my groom in now. And again, you can see that basically everything's going to be touching, so it's all going to be connected. And that is just so important when you cut out, because you don't want all your letters separate. It would be a nightmare. And you want to get one cut layer that you can attach to another layer, and it looks great. So now I can position my and in between and select all and go to the bottom and click on weld, and that's welded together, and that looks brilliant, and that is now all completely connected. The only thing I'm not keen on is the B on the bride. I don't know, it just doesn't look, it's too connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock it. So just click undo. If you make a mistake, you can undo it by doing that, just going backwards. So you'd have to go back a few actions, and then I'm going to try and adjust my bride. So I might have to make it smaller, but you can see there that I've done it so that it's just about touching. So when I weld that, that will touch the top of the champagne glass. So there will be a gap, so you can actually see the letter and it's not too blended in, which is what I just really didn't like. So we'll see now, weld, there you go, that looks a lot better. So what we need now is, I'm going to add another heart or a double heart. So I'm just going to grab my heart and I'm going to go onto the offset tool and add an offset. Use your slider to make it bigger. And then I'm going to select all and slice one out of the other to create an outline. Once I've got that, I'm going to just turn it slightly and size it, and then I'm going to duplicate it. Once I've duplicated it, I'm going to do it so that it's an overlapping heart. So I'm going to select all and weld those together once I'm happy with how they should be. That's perfect. And then I think it might just be a bit thin, so I'm going to add an offset too. So I'm going to go on, add an offset and make it just a bit chunkier, and that's better. But looking at that now, I'm thinking, is it a bit too chunky? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to add another offset that's a bit smaller, and I can decide which one to use. And actually, I prefer that one. So don't be afraid of changing your mind and messing about with offsets and sizes, because it's definitely better to get it right. So once I'm happy with that, I can then pop that into my design. So what is important is making sure your hearts are touching the top and bottom, so that again, that's all connected. Select all and click weld, and weld all that together, and you've got one solid card. And now I'm going to duplicate my card, because we are going to add some detail into it, and I want to just add some colour into the bubbles and the hearts. So I'm getting rid of all the debris. I'm going to go to the bottom and click on the contour tool, and that will bring up the contour box, and you can see there that you've got your elements. Now the great thing now is you can scroll in quite easily. I'm going to remove the bubbles, and I'm going to remove the hearts. That's all I want to remove, and I'm going to do those a bit of a different colour. So we're going to do those in a bronzy gold. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure that that's at the back, so right click and send that to the back. And then I'll go up to the colour and change the colour so that you can see the colours shining through, and that's the result I wanted to achieve. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a square to go behind that heart. That's going to be red. So I'm going to get rid of all that debris because I don't want that eventually, but I'm just going to get a square. I'm not going to cut this on the Cricut because there is just no point, but I just want to pop it there so I can see visually if it works. So send it to the back, colour it red, and then we can see, and yep, that's the result we're going to get, but I am going to cut that with the guillotine. So now I'm going to select all and size my card. I have measured my card and it's 6 inches, so I want it to be just under that. Get rid of the square, and now I can send it to cut. I'm going to cut them both on glitter cardstock. So I'm going to send them to cut. There they are, I can see them on my mat. So I'm using a green cutting mat. I'm going to use the glitter cardstock setting with more pressure. So here we are cutting the first layer, and because we've got a green cutting mat with the glitter cardstock, there's no movement. As long as your mat is relatively fresh, these do last for quite a while. All cut out. I just can't decide on my backing. So that's my scrap for the heart. I'm just reverse weeding it, so flipping it. Now this is the second time I've used this mat, so it's less sticky than it was last time. You can see how, as long as you don't fully bend it, it's just so much easier to weed this way. But don't bend it in half because that will snap the mat. But this peels it off flat rather than bending the card in any way, which can happen. And look at that, how lovely is that with the card, because that's bronzy as well. I'm going to attach this with glue. We're going to attach the red to the back of here. So we just want to cut out a little square, so we'll get started with that. But first of all, I want to glue this. It's only a slight accent, but it's the slight accents that just make all the difference with cards. So you can either overlap it slightly or get it completely. Now that there hasn't cut through. Well, I could get that out of a hook, but actually I'm going to leave it because I quite like that little accent there. So there's our first layer. Now, because we're using glitter cardstock, it is a bit of a pain to stick with glitter, but I'll give that a sec. Now we want to just cut out a little square. And the world's worst for not measuring, but if I put that on there, that should do it. And I'll have to give that a while to dry now because it just does take a while, the glitter. But there's the start of our card, looking great. And how easy was that to make? So now what we're going to do is we're just going to put some sticky pads on, and that's going to go on there. So while that's drying, we'll start that. So we're going to use small sticky pads, and I'm going to use my hook because I find this the easiest way to use them. You can cut them in half. It's worth doing the halves because otherwise they won't stick. Or not won't stick, but you'll have bits that will come loose, which just makes the card a bit more fragile. So this is a bit of a faff, but there's nothing worse than when you see a card and you can see the sticky pads. If you're not sure if you've taken the sticky off, you can just tap on it and you can tell. I've just got one more up there. And there you go. A gorgeous bride and groom card. How cute is that? And I love the fact that just you've got your little accents. It's not over the top, it's not fussy. And how did you find that? Isn't that easy? I just love how it turned out. And it's just amazing what you can do with shapes. When you start to put them together in Cricut Design Space, a bit of slicing and welding, you can create anything. And this is a result of that. Now, I may have potentially put 2 champagne glasses, maybe one was a bit off, but then it could be from one person. Am I overthinking it? I don't know. But either way, it looks fantastic. You could do 2 champagne glasses and cross them over. That would also look really, really good. So let me know in the comments how you got on. Do let me know if there's anything, any cards, any shapes you want to see me show you how to make, and I'm sure I'll be able to get my head around it. I will drop the link to my playlist below, so if you want to learn to make more cards out of shapes in Cricut Design Space, I've got a whole playlist to get you started. Thank you so much for crafting along with me. I will see you next time, and happy crafting.